gentlemen, I have some amazing natural history for you. So this is a decorator crab. So it's a relatively large crab which keeps a sponge on its back for camouflage and for protection. On this sponge there are a couple of other invertebrates, namely the other crabs. So they're crabs on a crab. And they're also brittle stars and they're annelid worms. So here you can see some of these crabs. These are really pretty small crabs. They're moving around so fast that I slowed down the video here. So this is slow motion what you're seeing. And they are not friends with these worms here. So, there are two of these crabs together here. And on comes a worm. Here comes the worm. And bang! It hits both crabs. They have no chance but to retreat. But there are more worms here. And so the crabs are really having a hard time finding a safe spot, safe space on this sponge of the decorator crab. So it's not easy being a crab on a crab. This is really the take-home message of this video. So really amazing stuff which you see. We observed this during a night dive in the Philippines, of course. So, this crab had enough. I'm not sure actually about the species ID for this one. So if you know, please leave a comment. Now, this crab seems to be Arcania novemspinosa. So many thanks to Max Williams via Twitter, who ID'd this animal for me. And very interesting, this is only about 4 or 5 meters deep, and a lot of these crabs don't like being filmed. So, these are nocturnal animals. I don't have the most vicious video lights, but you obviously have 2 video lights, otherwise you can film at night. And they don't like light. So as soon as I'm filming them for more than a couple of seconds, they usually do something like this, which is retreat into the sand. And this is a strategy which I've seen in a lot of crab species. And it often takes less than a minute and you see nothing from this animal. And so, if you do a dive during the day, there are probably a lot of crabs which are just a centimeter away from you. This is a different individual, I believe either the same or a very similar species. And also this one doesn't want to be seen. And this is actually very clever what this crab does. It takes this pile of algae and it uses it as a cover, and then it disappears in the sand. Now, yet another crab disappearing, and this is also a slow motion, so I slowed this down by a factor of 4. And usually they have these jerking movements plus the movement of their claws to put sand on top of themselves, and in this case the eyes are still sticking out. Very interesting. Now, yet another crab. Again, I'd be very curious what the ID is. Please leave a message. Now, this one has such an unusual body shape that if not for the eyes and these mouth parts, you wouldn't even realize that this is a crab. So this looks like a stone, which is embedded in the sand here. Very interesting. Now, yet another crustacean, very interesting shrimp, and this animal is very active with all its legs, and same thing that they don't like light, so it's starting to submerge itself into the sand. Here you have it's not the same animal, the same species again. So amazing stuff during night dives. You often see a lot of really fascinating crustaceans when you're in the Coral Triangle in the Philippines. Okay, I hope you enjoyed these. If you like my raving, you will probably like my writing. So this book is called Your Brain on Diving. I just released this. This is about what happens to your brain when you go scuba diving or free diving. Check it out. Link is in the description. See you soon. Bye.